This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between December 12th and December 25th. Now, before I ask you to like, share, comment this channel and this video, hey, you're probably wondering, okay, if you're the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, why do you share layoff information every single week? And the video drops, by the way, at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, I am glad you asked. It was many, many years ago. I was getting ready to purchase a piece of property. I was super excited. I was getting ready to get a new property. The seller was getting ready to get the proceeds from the sale of their property. I had signed my loan documents. I go back to work hours later, and guess what? I find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. No warning or anything. You can only imagine what was going through my mind. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, they can't fund this loan. I can't close on this house. I don't have a job. So I immediately got on the phone. I called my mortgage broker at the time. I called my real estate broker at the time. I faxed them over paperwork. Yes, I said fax. We hardly fax these days. So I'm just telling you, it was many, many years ago, right? So I faxed over the paperwork that I had that I was being laid off, that myself and 399 people that day. Done. No job. And so thankfully I was able to unravel the transaction. But listen, I lost money in the process. I lost my deposit. I spent money on home inspections, termite inspections, appraisal fee. I didn't get that money back. So there's two reasons why I share this information. One, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? Like, would you not buy that new house or buy that new car? Would you not go on that lavish vacation? Would you refinance, restructure your bills, redo your budget? So you can be prepared if you get laid off. So that's one of the reasons why. Would you dust off your resume? Start that new business that you keep saying is a side business. Maybe the best thing of your life to start that new business. Dust off your resume. Send some fillers out there before everybody start doing the same thing in your field. So that's the first reason why I share the information. The second is I want you to know you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Listen, I've literally been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. Okay, so that's why I share the information. Whether you've had a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, I literally have been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings again, try to make their mortgage payment each and every month. So before I get started, let me share with you a modification that I was able to help my client get. I'm going to share. Let's share. Let me share my page here. Let me bring this up. I'm going to share you this modification with Chase. I've done a lot of work with them for clients. Totally have been a blessing for them. So hopefully you can see my screen here. Hopefully you can see my screen. And so here we have, I'm going to highlight, my client had Chase Mortgage. Their mortgage payment prior to them calling me was $2,334.71. It included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. It was an adjustable rate mortgage. You know what that means? That means it wasn't fixed. That means their interest rate was subject to go even higher than what they had at 6.575%. I was able to modify their mortgage payment, get them a fixed rate. So I reduced their mortgage payment from $2,334.71 to $1,749.53. That included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and it was at a fixed rate of 3.49%. Like literally, I was able to get them principal forgiveness from the bank over $132,000. Like this girl was on fire for her clients, and I can be on fire for you as well. So I just wanted to share that with you so you know there are options available. You don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Now, I promise that I give you companies, California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce. Now, I'm going to give you the date the company is laying off, of course, the name of the company, right? Whether it's a temporary layoff, a permanent layoff, whether the company is closing, I'm going to let you know how many, and I'm going to give you the address, the location of the company. Now, I'm going to give this information in alphabetical order. So if I pass the letter that your company starts with, you may want to check some previous videos. If you've kind of heard whispers out there and you're like, well, wait a minute, I wonder if my company is really laying off. Is this wrong information? Like, what's going on? Go ahead, try listening to a few other videos, and hopefully you can get your information there. Okay, so let's get started. I have 24 entries. Some companies have a couple of locations that they're laying off, but we should get through this in record time, almost record time. So let's get started. Okay, February 20th, excuse me. Austin Transportation Inc. is laying off permanently 20 people at 210 Pintada Street in Vallejo. We have February 20th, Austin Transportation Inc., if I'm saying that correctly, is laying off permanently 5 people at 690 Walnut Avenue, Suite 240 in Vallejo. We have February 20th, Austin Transportation is laying off permanently 2 people at 1101 Nimitz Avenue, Suite 120 in Vallejo. You have January 22nd, CVS is closing permanently, laying off 7 people at 8063 San Miguel Canyon Road in Salinas. You have February 11th, Divergent Technology is laying off permanently 84 people at 19601 Hamilton Avenue in Torrance. You have February 14th, in Ecam Secure, is laying off permanently 2 people at 3400 East Airport Way in Long Beach. March 3rd, F2 Tips LLC is closing permanently, laying off 251 people at 11871 East Carson Street in Hawaiian Gardens. Then you have March 3rd, F2 TPS is closing permanently, laying off 32 people at 10833 Valley View Street, Suite 100 in Cypress. February 17th, Golden State University, laying off permanently 1 person at 536 Mission Street in San Francisco. You have February 24th, excuse me, McDonald's Restaurants, California is closing temporarily, laying off 64 people at 1620 Stockbridge Avenue in Castro Valley. February 24th, McDonald's Restaurants of California closing temporarily, laying off 78 people at 10350 Reseda Boulevard in Porter Ranch. March 14th, Paramount Global, laying off permanently 2 people at 1575 North Gower Street in Los Angeles. You have March 14th, Paramount Global is laying off permanently 1 person at 2900 West Alameda Avenue in Burbank. February 14th, Plenty Unlimited is closing permanently, laying off 48 people at 126 East Orange Street in Compton. February 24th, SDH Services West is closing permanently, laying off 49 people at 3090 Bowers Avenue in Santa Clara. February 24th, SDH Services West is closing permanently, laying off 1 person at 3333 Scott Boulevard in Santa Clara. You have February 24th, SDH Services West is laying off 1 person, closing permanently, laying off 1 person at 3101 Scott Boulevard in Santa Clara. Then you have February 24th, SDH Services West is closing permanently, laying off 17 people at 974 East Arquest Avenue in Sunnyvale. February 24th, SDH Services West is closing permanently, laying off 18 people at 1140 East Arquest Avenue in Sunnyvale. January 31st, UMA Enterprises is laying off permanently 36 people at 350 West Apra Street in Compton. January 31st, UMA Enterprises is laying off permanently 62 people at 15207 Flight Avenue in Chino. Yeah, February 18th, Vitalogy Wellness is laying off permanently 98 people at 12328 Hawkins Street in Santa Fe Springs, California, of course. February 18th, Vitalogy Wellness is laying off permanently one person at 12246 Hawkins Street in Santa Fe Springs. Last but not least, February 18th, Vitalogy Wellness is laying off permanently one person at 10226 Palm Drive in Santa Fe Springs. Now, that is the end of this week's list of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between December 12th and December 25th. Now, don't forget, if you've experienced a loss of income due to a death, a divorce, an illness, an injury, a layoff, it doesn't matter what it is, there are options available. You don't have to lose your house because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Remember, I've been helping clients for years and years and years, helping them lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. Now, remember, I'm all things mortgage and real estate related. So I help people buy property. I help people sell property. I help people finance property. I help people refinance property, build their portfolio. If it's mortgage and real estate related, I most likely got you covered. So for all your mortgage and real estate needs, I want you to visit me at modifymenow.com, or better yet, pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.